Do you feel like maybe you're playing small? Maybe it's time to boost your leadership and stand in who you really are. Hi, I'm Christine Comerford of Smart Tribes Institute. I'm a leadership and culture coach. Let's talk about energetic weight today. And as you hear this video, as you think about these concepts, please do type in below to the comments what your leadership and culture questions are. Please also be sure to subscribe so you'll find out whenever we post a new video. We post these weekly. All right. Also, the resources I mentioned will be posted below. So let's take a second and let's think about the concept of energetic weight. Energetic weight is really about how we show up. It's about how we stand in our power. It's about whether or not we take 100% responsibility for our life, for our decisions, for what happens to us, etc. So I want us to start to think about this because what I notice is it's really prevalent that actually people don't take responsibility. So energetic weight is basically the behavioral expectations that come with an authority role. It's kind of, think of it like a mantle. Think of it like a cloak or something that you wear that is tied to what your particular role is in the organization. Let's do a quick energetic weight assessment. So please answer yes or no to the following questions. Do you spend 70% or more of your time on high value added activities? 70% or more on the high value added activities, the things that you're really good at that really move a needle. Next, do you ensure that your team knows what's expected of them and they own it if they drop the ball? Next, do you know your leader wouldn't delegate work to you that could be given to somebody else, more junior? Next, do you see your role as a privilege and not an entitlement? Okay. Next, I'm really curious about, do you hold others accountable even if they see you as the bad guy or the bad gal? Have your peers who know what to expect of you, do they actually know what to expect in their interactions with you? Do you have a team that doesn't bounce delegated items back to you? Do you feel that you are known as direct, fair, collaborative, trustworthy? Do you complete the work that is appropriate for your role and the amount of time that you dedicate to work, and you do not self-sacrifice and take on excessive work hours? And last, do you feel okay with conflict and stress? Are you okay if there's conflict and stress? If you said yes 0 to 3 times, it's time to get a coach. We need to boost your energetic weight. We need to start uncovering the stories that you're telling yourself that are causing you to shirk responsibility and to not really own your power. If you answered 4 to 6 times yes, then you're on your way. It's time to hone your skills. It's time to kind of expand your energy. It's time to step more deeply into the role that you signed up for. And then third, if you've got 7 or more yeses, organization and optimization is now your adventure now. So let's see how mentally clear, how inwardly still, how authentic, how transparent you can be. So when leaders stand in their full energetic weight and they really own and show up as they're expected to, as their role decrees, if you will, we see 22% increased profit per employee. We see 67 to 100% increased employee engagement. We see 210% or greater increased profit or revenue. So that's kind of the story on energetic weight, if you will. What I want to think about next is how we actually speak and how we move through the world with energetic weight. And often people will say to me, I can't stand fully in my energetic weight because this is happening or that is happening. And those are just excuses. Energetic weight is really about owning what we are expected to own, taking 100% responsibility for us, our well-being, and also the well-being of the company and our team. So take a few minutes and look at your business, maybe zoom up like 30,000 feet. Zoom way up, look down at your company. And what's kind of cool is when you zoom up and look at your company, can you actually see below you all the departments and divisions? And notice which ones haven't had much attention from you lately. Like you might go, ooh, sales. I need to get on top of that. I just did this with marketing. I was like, oh my gosh, marketing needs a tremendous amount of help. I have just not been making time for that. I need to handle that. Is it operations? Is it finance? Is it R&D? Is it product development? You know, whatever. So I want you to start to notice what are the actual responsibilities of your role energetically. I understand that you, I'm sure, have certain reporting and work responsibilities, but how are you supposed to or expected to show up, lead people through crisis, figure out strategies, move people forward even when it's uncomfortable or unclear? I want us to start to pay attention to this because I find that people often will use different terms, and we call them verbal qualifiers, to shirk responsibility, to keep us from kind of owning the statement that we're making, to disconnect us from what's really happening inside of us. Sometimes they're a subtle projection of power. Sometimes we disown ourselves and our feelings. Sometimes we split ourselves, you know, kind of keeping us from reality. And sometimes we hide from reality. Verbal qualifiers are examples of the following. Notice how many you use. Little. She's a little challenging to manage. Almost. I think I've said almost everything I want to say. Kind of. I kind of think I will. Maybe. Maybe I'll call you tonight. Just. I just called to ask how you are. Sometimes. Sometimes I feel. May. I may go to the movies tonight. Better. I feel better. Sort of. I sort of want to do that. Might. I might finish that today. And then here come the shirkers. They think, everyone says, someone told me, he's probably, I'm feeling as if. So start to notice what you're avoiding and when you use these qualifiers. Start to uncover the story behind the use of these qualifiers. Why don't you want to be present and stand in your energetic weight? Start to determine the cost of using these verbal qualifiers and how they cause you to show up not being as strong as you actually are. Start to get clear on what you want. And then, of course, choose differently. You'll find that you're up to 35% more productive. You'll find that you get 5 to 15 more hours strategic time. That's what our coaching clients get when they stand in their energetic weight. You'll find, again, that you increase revenue and profit. So look on the page below. You'll see both say what you mean, the verbal qualifier infographic. You'll see the energetic weight infographic. Please subscribe. Please like our video. Please type any questions that you have, and I will answer your leadership dilemmas in the future. Thank you so much for joining me today.